My guest today is Christina Flach, and Christina has a company called Pretty Girl. Oh my gosh, what is it called?
My company's called 𝗙ity𝗀𝗀 Makeup, and I also have a company called 𝗚𝗿ście𝗂𝘁𝘂𝘁.
Ooh, I'm too busy. Oh, I like that. Cool. And so this is a fascinating subject to me. I was just telling you that I never worn makeup because it always feels really heavy and weird, and not real. So I'm, and of course a sustainable body care product is really really important. It's so important. I mean, there's I'm not going to go into that. But so Christina, can you tell us a little bit about Pretty Girl Makeup? I bet you can.
Yes, I would love to. So I started 𝗙ity𝗀𝗀 Makeup 1999, a very long time ago. I formulated all my products with my beauty chemist because I was a mom driving around with all these kids, and I was in a fight with my water bottle and my lip gloss. I couldn't find anything that could stay on, that wasn't drying, or just too light or matte, and made my skin feel weird. So I thought it can't be that hard to figure out how to formulate a product. So I found a beauty chemist, and ignorance is bliss, because I had no idea how long and how much money and how much time everything was going to take. So I worked with this amazing chemist for over a year, formulating the texture, because I wanted the products to have natural anti-aging properties and oils that were good for you and not just yuck. So, and that was long lasting. So that took a long time. And then once we got the texture, then we had to come up with the colors. And because I was self-funded at the time, I wanted all my products to look good on all the different skin tones, because I have friends and family that are all different skin tones. So we came up with 7 glosses, excuse me. And then we took off from there. I did some bath products, spa products, did shadows and different things. And now I'm actually working on a new product, a new line called I'm Too Busy, because everyone is too busy. I hear from so many different clients of mine that tell me, oh, I bought all this really great skincare, but it's like 7 or 8 steps and I don't use it. And I'm like, well, consistency is everything, whether it be exercise, diet, or taking care of your skin. So I thought, what if I come up with a 3-step process to clean, moisturize, and protect for men and women, that everyone's busy. So 3 steps, it's pretty easy and straightforward. We are doing a reverse cleansing, which is, my chemist asked me one day, so what do you do first thing in the morning? And I said, oh, I splash my face with water. And he said, wrong. I'm like, okay, why? He said, do you drink the water out of your faucet? And I'm like, hell no. And he's like, well, then why would you put it on your face? So he said, you need to put up a barrier. So we put up a cleanser and a moisturizer on, then rinse the face, so then it's protected. Because oftentimes, if there's a lot of minerals and chlorine and chemicals in your water, it will dry out your skin. It will show fine lines and wrinkles much quicker than if you are using, some healthy, clean water. So it's so great. So, and then the 3rd step is a protector with like a vitamin C serum on top. So, and then with the makeup, it's the same thing. I don't think you're going to get brand loyalty, customer loyalty, when you're selling your customers products that they don't know how to use, like someone like you that wears nothing and gets talked into buying all these products. Right. And then like, I don't know how to contour and bake and all these things. So I want there to be just what you need, something for your brows, your eyes, some shadows, liner, mascara, something for cheeks and lips, and that be that, and concealer. I want people to be able to look like the best versions of themselves quickly, without a ton of effort and without a ton of product. I believe in beauty from the inside out. So what I mean by that, obviously, I want everyone to have a positive, happy, loving attitude. But that's not what I'm talking about from the inside out. From the inside out, from my perspective, is keeping very hydrated with water, not a lot of alcohol, a lot of sugar, drinking a lot of green juice, eating well. When you eat well, don't eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of sugar. your skin is going to look better. Therefore, you're not going to need so much makeup. You're going to feel good. So when you feel good, you look good. You know, you come across, you know, you glow, you're happy. So when you're feeling good, you know, you've exercised, sleep is humongous. We do not get enough sleep. And it's not called beauty sleep it's for a reason, because it really is. It's free. You could do it anytime, and it really does make a difference in how you look.
Oh gosh, everyone says that sleep is so important. Why is it so hard then?
Well, we drink too much caffeine. We go to bed with a phone next to us, or watch it takes some time for our minds to settle down after you've had an intense day. And so, you need to put the phone, leave it in the kitchen. Don't have it in your bedroom. And, meditate before bed. It really does help calm the mind. The mind wants to spin around like a crazy monkey. So it's hard to get it to just go shh.
Yeah, it's so true. And so, I mean, I would, in my simple understanding of, body care and makeup and stuff, like, and when you say from the inside out, for me, that sounds like if your body is healthy on the inside, it will show on the outside as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So tell us then, what makes pretty girl makeup different? I mean, I know that you'd say it's natural but like what specifically?
It's long lasting. All the colors on our lip gloss collection look good on every skin tone. And so you can't say that about a lot of different products. So some look good, the whole entire line, and every color will look good on every skin tone. And it's interesting about color, because you could get 7 different girls and put lip gloss on them, or any color makeup, and it's going to look different on everybody. So really interesting.
So every single color can be used on any skin type, you're saying? Oh, I was thinking like, there's, one for the darker skin tones and one for the lighter skin tones. You're saying one size fits all, basically. Yes. That's really cool. And so it's a natural product?
Yes. It's not organic, it's natural.
Yeah. Okay.
It's natural. There's different oils in there that are anti-aging, but they're hydrating and moisturizing at the same time. So it's really important to me to put, a lip gloss on that is going, obviously I want it to look good on all my customers, but I also want it to be good for them. I want it to be anti-aging and hydrating and shiny. So it does all that.
It just sounds like, I mean, I want to say it sounds like it's too good to be true, but I know those aren't the right words. It's so uncommon these days.
Well, that's why it took so long to formulate. I tried it out on all my friends and family who are all different colors of the rainbow. And I wanted it to look good on everybody, because I didn't want to leave anybody out. I wanted everyone to be able to enjoy them. And I'm really proud of, my products, but I also want people to be able to wear them and look good and feel confident. I also feel that, makeup can be, I know some people can think, oh, it's so superficial being, wearing makeup or whatever. But I feel like if you're going to go into a meeting and you want to feel like the best version of you and feel confident, like if you're going to go in there wearing something nice, so why wouldn't you want your appearance to be the best it can look? But it's also a lot, I've worked with a lot of different people that never wore makeup at all. And then, I've done, a makeover on them, and they felt more confident and comfortable in their skin. So when they went into their meeting, they felt like they could absolutely shine. And there's nothing wrong with looking like the best version of you. I mean, I think if you're going to present yourself out into the world, that you should look your best, you should feel your best. And, I think it's, I work with a lot of people on TV. I work with Bloomberg and Fox and all the networks, but when I work with them, I have to be mindful with my people that are on these shows, not to make them look totally different than what they're comfortable with, because they're looking at themselves in a monitor like how we are right now.
Right.
And it's really distracting if they're used to looking a certain way. Right. And I do totally different. They're so focused on what they look like they're not focused on what they need to be doing, which is their job. So I have to be very mindful of that when I do work with different people.
That's really interesting. That's a great point to make. Especially for people that are on camera, like if it's just it's distracting for them if they look different than what they're used to.
Exactly.
And so they're focused on that. And I totally get that. You're just like, focused on what's different and not like what's actually happening. So interesting. And then, so what are you using in your products?
There's different oils. So I do a lot of, I think I love oils and I like face oils. So there's vitamin E, there's eucalyptus oil, there is olive oil. And so we have these different oils that are really good for your skin and that are, you can have in your body and they're clean. So they're not going to do anything bad to your system.
Okay. And the eucalyptus, I assume, is like an antiseptic?
Yeah. Well, we have that in the lip plumper. So that's like an irritant. So lip plumpers basically are an irritant. So you can put peppermint and eucalyptus in it. We are sold out of it right now, but those oils irritate the lips, which gives it a full lip for a while. It's to help. It's not for permanent. So if you don't do anything, but it does give a nice minty, tingly feel.
That's really interesting. I love that because otherwise you're painting on color.
Exactly.
That's where that's what you were saying. Like if you were, drinking water, it would like come off or it would be dry and sticky. And, but so using oils, I do the same thing for, the shampoo bars that I use are full of, oils, like olive oil and coconut oil and stuff like that. And yes. And there are so many shampoo bars that I'll like look at the ingredients. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. So when someone says coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, you're like, how is that bad? Like these are all nourishing things.
Exactly.
That's super smart. And oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I get to talk to you because I did not know about this.
Well,
Thank you so much for sharing the message.
and another thing, like I had an experience. I do a lot of pro bono work. I work with Women's Breast Cancer Society. I do a fashion show once a year, but I also do things with teenagers. I've gone to different schools and spoken to kids that are about to go into the workforce and what they need to do to look like the best versions of themselves and not look trendy, like just look somewhat respectable, right? But I had this one experience with this wonderful girl named Ivy, who I adore. And she came to me, she was like a freshman in high school at the time. And she wanted to know like what foundation, what makeup, she had no idea about any of it. So I just gave her, we talked and I was saying like, so what are you going to do this summer? What are your goals for life? I just kind of gave her my Tony Robbins motivational like chat. And so she was just saying like she loved art and we talked about that. So I taught her about different makeup. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from her and she said, I really want to share something with you. And I'm like, what? Tell me. And she said, I felt so good about myself after I left you, after our consultation. I applied for a study abroad program for summer for a scholarship and I got it. And she said, I never would have done it if you hadn't have told me to dream as big as I can, make myself get, the place where you're comfortable, get comfortable being uncomfortable and doing something that you really love. So I was so like touched. I thought, my gosh, I love that, our time together. And that to me is what makeup's about. Making someone want to go be the best versions of themselves and being in an uncomfortable place. I started being a beauty expert on NBC 2 years ago. And I was terrified to be in front of camera. Live TV is terrifying because you get yourself so worked up. Oh my God, there's millions of people watching me.
Right.
If I make a mistake, no one can stop it. No one can fix it. So it's a lot of pressure. And so I didn't want to do it. But then my friend, Berlin Fisher, who's my host on the show, he's like, look, you know all this. This is nothing that you don't know. Just be you. And so I did it. And I've been doing it, 2 to 4 times a month. And I feel so much more confident with myself, forcing myself to do something that I was terrified and did not want to do at all. And so I felt, it totally changed how I felt about speaking in public and being on television. So I think it's important to get to a place knowing that you get comfortable being uncomfortable, but being okay, knowing that something good's going to happen from it.
Hmm. Yeah. And oh my gosh, the mentoring that you provided, I mean, coming from a professional, it had to feel like $1 million for this young
Oh,
lady.
well, it made both of us feel really good. And so
Ah,
we'll check in. In fact, I'm going to check in with her. I want to see her. I just like checking in with her and seeing how she's doing. I mean, I think it's everyone's responsibility in life to help to inspire others, especially, and that's another thing I would tell other entrepreneurs, like, what advice would I give? The best advice, ask for help. There are so many people, like different CEOs, like I'm very blessed. I get to go work with these amazing CEOs, when I'm working on Fox and Bloomberg, in the tech world or wherever, different politicians. And I get to ask them questions, and they're so happy. People want to help other people, all anyone has to do is just ask. And so if you can ask someone, ask people in your industry and different people, like even if they're not in your industry, but they run a business, well, what are they doing that works? Or what are you doing with social media? I just think it's really important to, speak to people and find out what they're doing, because it helps all of us and it makes the world a better place if we can all just kind of help each other.
right. Oh my gosh. It's so true. It's so true. I mean, even if it's not help, but just like, what are your thoughts on this? Please,
Sometimes you just need to run it through, like get emotionally out of it and hear it from someone that's just doing something completely, they're in an industry, they're running a business, but what is it that makes, how long does it take you to get to this place that you got to, and what was the road like? So I've actually started hosting a new TV show called '𝗙𝗵𝘃𝘁. It's on every Wednesday. It's at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And so I interview different people that I know, and different clients I've worked with, and ask them, so everyone's too busy, but what is it that keeps you balanced? How did you get to this place? What are your dreams? So it's just interesting speaking to people about why they're too busy and what they do to keep balance in their life, to keep themselves healthy and happy, right, and keep succeeding.
Yes. That's amazing. So this is a segment, or this is a standalone show?
It's a standalone show.
Cool.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be my third segment.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that, because it's so true. We're always saying, oh gosh, I have so much going on. I'm so busy, blah, blah, blah. What, how are you still functioning? Like, what are you doing to keep yourself going? That's amazing. And everyone has their own, just like gear, their own sort of way of speaking about it. Yeah.
How are they going to do it? And, I think one thing that successful people all have in common is they're determined, but they're disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had 5 children. Okay. So if someone tells me they're too busy, like I will make my green juice ahead of, like when I go on set or I'm home, I'll make enough green juice for the day, bring my water, bring whatever it is I'm going to eat. No one can tell me they're busier than me. Okay. Like you just can't. So if I can get all this stuff done and still exercise and keep my house nice and make sure my kids are all in their plates doing what they need, and, anyone can do it. You just have to get off your phone, stop TikToking, stop Instagramming, and go to the market and get stuff and make your food. If you're having, it just takes some time and thought into. I think people will eat healthily if they have it available. So when people get hungry, that's when you're like, oh, I'm just going to grab a candy bar. But if you have it, like I always carry a bag of raw almonds in my car in case I'm stuck and I'm stuck. Like I eat all the time and I'm pretty tiny, but I need to eat. And so I know myself, if I have clean food, I will eat it. So it's just, you get in the habit of doing that, and you will feel better about it. And then you don't, all that guilt of, oh God, I didn't work out, or, oh God, I ate badly. It goes away. And then you focus on what you want to focus on to be successful.
That's so true. It's so true. I mean, because I eat all the time and I'm not skinny, but if you get rid of the bad foods, what you have left is the good food. So if you're eating good food, then you're putting good food.
And that's the thing, like I'm constantly, like I've done so many segments on drinking water, and I am the biggest proponent of like, have water with you, but get mason jars, throw some lemon, throw some blueberries, mint in it, have it ready. So you just grab it and go. And every time you get in the habit of, every time you're going to get in the car, which we all do, God knows how many times a day, if you drink a bottle of water every time you get in the car, you don't even have to think about drinking water anymore. You're hydrated.
Right.
And it's so important for your body to function at a high level, having enough water, but your skin is going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. Everything is better if you're hydrated. It's really, really important.
Yeah, it's so true. And so, you had given me a list of like 15 different topics that you could discuss. And everyone, as I was reading them, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so important. These are things that are important to me as well. But when you're talking about the beauty part, I don't know anything about beauty, but I know that there was one about microplastics, which is obviously just coming out these days as being in makeup and stuff like that, and the dangers of microplastics. But there are just so many things. I'm looking at the list right now. But the shelf life and preservatives in clean beauty products. So does that mean that the beauty products have like a best by date?
Well, yeah, they do have a best by date, and to use, I mean, you're not going to want to keep a lip gloss for 10 years or mascara for a million years. Mascara, I advise to, swap out every 2 to 3 months, because they kind of start drying out. You're opening it and putting it in your eye. So, I mean, you want to keep eye infection down. So, get a new mascara every couple months. They're under $10 if you use them frequently. And you don't need to get like the most expensive one. It's better to just have one that's not really old and drying out.
Oh, for sure. Or you're not getting the best.
You're not going to get the best it's just not going to look well, but it's also going to have a lot of bacteria in it, which could lead to eye infections, which no one needs.
Oh my gosh, that's so true.
Yes.
Yikes. That's such good information. And I mean, of course, if you're not using all natural products, then you may not have that same outcome, but there's a whole different situation that you're dealing with.
What products, clean or whatever, you do need to, the mascara needs to be swapped out every couple of months. They're just not gonna, they dry out. And I just want to like keep my clients like not getting eye infections, and
so important, because eye infections are no good.
No, they are not.
But so you were saying that you have a 3-part morning routine, right? And do you have like an evening, like a cleanup as well?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'll use coconut oil, almond oil, slather it on my face, wipe everything off with a tissue, and then I get a washcloth and then wash my face. And then I put on some Retin-A. I'll put different things on my face to because I'm constantly doing some, I mean, it's like every other day Retin-A. I'll put on a natural oil on it to I try to keep my face really hydrated, and sunscreen is huge. A hat, sunscreen, glasses. The best advice is protecting your skin from the sun, because that will do more damage than anything. Right. And so you really need to protect your sun, and you need to reapply. If you're out in the water or you're sweating, you need to reapply every couple hours. Really important. It's
the largest organ in the body, and so you need to take good care of that, right? It's also outward facing.
Yes.
Wow. So what are so you use coconut oil to clean up, and then
I'll use coconut oil. Like I have it all over the house. Like I have in the kitchen, I will cook with it. I will make hot water, a teaspoon of coconut oil, I'll put some cinnamon, cayenne pepper, a little lemon sometimes, or honey, and make something if I'm sick. It also flushes all the yuck out of you too. You can put it on your feet, you put it in your hair, your skin. Coconut oil is great for a million different uses.
I love that. And does it matter if it's organic, what is it, first pressed or
Fresh pressed? Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, get what you can afford and what you have available. But coconut oil is great for your body, inside and out.
right? Okay, that's good to know, because, and does it, would you, if you were ingesting it, would you say go for the more expensive, or
Yeah. I mean, I would, if you can, you know,
putting it in your body?
use what's available.
Totally. Okay. And so what exactly are your products? That I know you've got skin, so your skin care products, your morning routine stuff, is that your products yourself?
I haven't launched it yet. It's a moisturizer, cleanser, and the third step's protection for that. And then with the makeup line, it's going to be brows, eyes, cheeks, and lips.
Okay.
And that's gonna be, I want my customers to know that, you know, I'm not selling them. I mean, obviously I want to make money. That's the part of the game,
Sure.
but I want my customers to, I'm not going to sell them stuff that they don't need. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I know that have drawers full of, oh, it was gift with purchase. I'm like, but you're not using it. So what I tell people to do, and I had to do this myself because I get sent products. I made little gift bags for my friends and my neighbors, and I just like made them a little bag of like, hey, this will look good on this person. They'll enjoy it. Get rid of it. It's not doing anyone good, and it's going to go bad at some point.
Oh my gosh, right? And so your skincare products have not released, you said. It's just the beauty products right now. Oh, and I had a thought. That's really interesting. I mean, that's great to know that this is new information, like this is coming out soon. Are you in the testing phase? Is that?
We are in the test. We are in the getting funds phase. That's what we are
Got
at.
it.
We've
Okay.
got the ready to go, but we're just trying to get funded. So that takes, unfortunately,
too long. Right.
I get frustrated, and that's when I'm like, screw it. I'm just throwing it on my American Express, but I can't. I can't do it because I can't compete in the beauty world with influencers with my American Express. There's only so far it can go. And so when you have to do marketing and everything else, it's not a way to make a sustainable company.
Yeah. And Christina, can I ask how you ended up doing this? Like, what did something prompt you to, or you were saying about the lipstick or your lip balm?
Yeah, I started that. I'm a makeup artist as well, and I still work as a makeup artist. So I started just working on my friends and family. I worked on my mom. She had stage 4 brain cancer. She was going out one night for dinner with my father, and, you know, she was incredibly beautiful, but she'd lost her hair and through chemo and radiation, and her skin was uneven. And she didn't have a lot of products, and I had very few skills, but we managed to make her look and feel like the best version of her. And so that's one of the joys that I love, is making someone feel good. Like, you know, not everyone knows, like you don't know how to do makeup. So if I would do makeup on you, and, you know, if you look at ChristinaFlach.com and you look at my portfolio, everyone looks like fresh, dewy skin. They don't look like they have makeup on. And that's kind of what I'm known for. But a lot of my job as a makeup artist is how I make my clients feel. I usually start with aromatherapy oils and massage their hand. And once they're like happy and almost asleep, then we go on and do, you know, what we have to do and make them look good. But, you know, I make sure that they have, if they want a cup of coffee or tea or water, I like take care of them. And so I get hired back a lot with my clients because I make them feel good. That is part of my job. It is about making them feel, you know, happy, you know, because they're going to go in front of a camera if they're in a bad mood or they're tired or, you know, they have a headache or whatever. So it's really important that besides I use my makeup skills to make them look good, I make them feel good.
Yeah.
I make them that they're in a happy place as much as I can.
It's a full experience. That sounds like, wow, that's awesome. I love that. And so are you mentoring other people, or is it just that one young lady?
Other mentor, different people, they come and they call me, or they come see me and they need to talk, or they need a pep talk. And
yeah.
I have a daughter that is, she's a fashion designer. She studied in London, and she's starting a new golf line. And she just called right before you and I started this interview. And I know she wanted to talk about some business stuff, but, I encourage her to do these things. I tell my kids, figure out what you love doing so much that you would do it for free, and then figure out how to make a lot of money. Because doing this, I don't believe in going into a business to just make money. You have to love it, because it's going to take so much more time, money, effort, everything that you can imagine. So if you don't love it, I love the whole process, except the fundraising. I'm not that fond of that, but it's part of the deal. But I love it so much that I don't mind if it's Saturdays and Sundays or whatever, or nights. It just, I love it. And so it's really important to figure out what makes you happy, and not to just, to me, I don't worry about failing, because I know sometimes there's a bump in the road. It just means you need to turn left instead of turning right. Sometimes it's happening to you. It's happening for you. It's not happening to you. So if you know that, and just failure to me is when someone just keeps talking about, oh, I hate my life, I hate my job. Ugh. I don't hear that at all. Figure out what you don't like of it, make a change, and make one little step towards that change. If you don't like your job, if you want to, a lot of times some people have, a corporate job, but they want to be a makeup artist. Well, you can do that after work, or you can do it on the weekends, until you can do it enough that you're making enough money that you can afford yourself. So just take a little step in the direction you want to go. It'll lead to the next step. And don't worry about failure. Failure is a waste of time. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You will get whatever it is that you're focused upon. So if you're worrying, you're basically praying for bad things to happen. So don't do that. Just, set a goal and go for it. And take the word, I've omitted try out of my vocabulary. Try gives you wiggle room to go, oh, well, I tried. No, you didn't. That's just saying you kind of did, but you kind of didn't.
Actually, no, you didn't. Oh my gosh. And so are your products in stores, Christina? Or are they on the website?
Stores, but right now we're just online.
Okay. And you said you started this in 1999? Right. And you're just growing. Yes, please. Thank you very much. That's amazing. So 1999, that is 25 years?
Yeah.
That's a nice big number.
Yes.
Wow. That's so cool.
It's been a great career for me, because I could work from my house. I have kids. Oh. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. It was a great job when I had children, because I could work from home, and then I could go do photo shoots, and I could control whether I had to drive on a field trip or go, pick up a kid or whatever. So it was a great job. And I didn't do TV shows, when my kids were little. So this past year in January, one of my clients is Tyler Florence. He's a celebrity chef. He's in season 17 of the Great Food Truck Race. And so I had gone with him. We did LA 2 years ago. We've done other shows. I do all his glam. And we started in Houston and ended up in Miami. And so it was a long 2 months. I was away from home. I never did that when I had my kids were little. So that was a fun experience. And so it's just, my career has changed as my kids got older, and that I was able to, be away. So they're all grown up now. My youngest is turning 18 this month. So, and he'll be going to college next year. And so, I have a lot more flexibility as to, where I can work and what I can do.
Oh, I bet. So you said your youngest is graduating.
He'll be graduating next June. Yes, he's going to be a senior this year.
So empty nester, you're gonna.
My other one, Nikolai, is in college. He plays golf. My youngest is getting recruited for Division I. He's a golfer, and so my other daughter went to NYU. She was a golfer, but she graduated with a business and a film. She's a screenwriter in Los Angeles.
Wow.
My daughter went to Central St. Martin's in London, is a fashion designer.
Okay, so the apples don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah, they're a little.
3 golfers?
Yes, and then my older girl is starting a golf line, a couture golf line. So they're all
mention that.
Golf world. Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And now when you have more time on your hands, like you don't have the, kids to guard around, and I'm sure you don't already, but will you be busier? Will you be working on new things?
Well, I started, besides being on NBC on California Live, I'm doing my TV show every Wednesday. I write articles for magazines. I, and do all my stuff with my companies, plus the photo shoots and everything. So I'm plenty busy, but I also want to, have fun with life. I work out every day. I like to be outside. So I it's important to have some free time as well to enjoy.
For sure. For sure. Oh my gosh. This is so fascinating to me. I just love, and I love that it's the ingredients seem very like simple and things that you recognize, so that you're not tricked by when you're looking at I always go back to like shampoo bars and shampoo bottles, like the so many ingredients. You're like, I don't even know what this is.
I know.
Why would I put that on my body? But the point that you made about water, even like splashing water on your face, you want to make sure that your skin is protected first. And that's probably
like if you go into the ocean or into a pool, and how tight your skin feels after that experience. Protect the skin.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like that's probably like a big unknown for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The washing your face or splashing water on your face first thing in the morning is like, it's probably something that a lot of people do.
Oh no, I think most people do. I didn't. I mean, I did it for my entire life. Another thing with the coconut oil, I would say, have you done that thing where you keep it in your mouth and it pulls the pulling?
Oh, coconut oil? Yeah.
That's great too. I mean, there's got so many uses for it.
Yeah, I'm sharing some with my cat. Like he just knocks the lid off and he'll just.
I think that's interesting.
I think that's probably good for his hairballs, but
I'm sure it is. Sure it is.
I've had to stop using it. But I'm glad that we found something that works for him. But yeah, no, coconut oil, it seems to be like a magic potion, because it seems to be good for everything. Everything that you use it for is all for good.
All good stuff.
Very cool. And I know, so I mean, the list of topics that you gave me was like 15 things. Is there anything specific that you wanted to I definitely want to touch on your new show again, just to make sure that people are aware of that. Where do you find that?
It's on Big Bold TV, but it's on YouTube. So it's 𝗙𝗵𝗲𝗀 by Christina Flach. And so just Google it, and you can go to ChristinaFlach.com, and there's a link there. And then 𝗙𝗵𝗲𝗀 TV is our website, and then you can see different segments that we.
Okay.
So 𝗙𝗵𝗲TV.com.
Okay. And you said you're recording your 3rd episode right now?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Nice.
Yes.
That's exciting. And so you're talking to celebrities, or you're talking to friends, or both?
No, I mean, my first interview was with a woman named Samantha Tredelius, and she started the Sparkle Foundation, and she's an amazing powerhouse of a woman. She started this foundation that gets kids and moms, single moms, she makes sure every Christmas that every family has presents. But she also, during the school year, she makes sure that all the kids have a backpack with school supplies, because that's really expensive for most kids. So she does that. She has money set up for kids to go to camp. She has started a foundation for women to give them money to start a business. So she's just really cool. So I interviewed her. That was my first. And my second interview was my best friend, Diana 𝗠𝗏𝗏, who's this amazing entrepreneur. She started the Truth Bar. She's a celebrity chef. She has written 15 cookbooks. She has the retreat in Costa Rica that is one of the world-renowned beautiful spa that's got all natural food, and it's like she's a wellness expert. So I interviewed her. Wow. And then tomorrow I'm interviewing Grace Redmond, and she is a life coach. She's just done a bunch of amazing things. So I'm going to interview David Cho. He is a Feng Shui master. And then I'm interviewing, I'm going to be interviewing, I started with these people, with these friends, and then I'm going to be interviewing some of my celebrities. I like to do Cameron Brink. She's a WNBA basketball player from Stanford. Wow. One of my clients. I would like to see if Maria Bartiromo will do an interview with me for a few minutes. So Tyler Florence, I'm going to ask all my celebrity clients, give me 15 minutes for my show. So we'll see. There's so many cool people doing amazing things in the world. So I love doing that. I really was hesitant about it, but it's been really great.
Oh my gosh. I imagine that it's, a very much like, my experience. Like this is going to be episode 107, I think. So 107 episodes. And every time I talk to someone, I'm just like, I'm so floored that I get to hang out with.
That's how I feel when I
Flach.
Shoot, it's like being at camp. Like I get to be with these people. I mean, Tyler, I spend the most time with, because I've been his makeup artist for 17 years. Oh, but are great friends. We laugh all the time. But all of the different people I work with, it's just, Jamie Dimon, he's the, CEO of, not Chase, but, what's that big bank? Anyway, I mean, I have a lot of really interesting clients that I work with. I have another client, Kim Jackson. She is the president of 𝗣cie North America. So she's great. So there's all kinds of really cool people that I've worked with. I worked with that guy, they invented AI, another client of mine, she started Bumble, Whitney Wolf. Like there's just been a lot of really cool people that I've worked with over the years.
Wow. That's so awesome.
He's a skater. I mean, there's just been so many interesting people. So to me, that is the gift with purchase of my job, being able to spend time with these extraordinary people. 𝗠𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗀. I mean, I did that. I did her makeup and hair for Time magazine. And, she's an extraordinary woman. She's a golf freak. She loves golf. She goes to the same coach that my kids go to. So we spoke a lot about golf.
Do you know a lot about golf already?
Well, probably
3 kids playing golf.
Yeah, yes, my kid. Yes, I know a lot more about golf than I ever thought I would. My youngest just played in the Junior Worlds in Torrey Pines in San Diego and got 6th place, so that was kind of a big deal.
Oh wow!
So yeah, but he works his ass off. He is really dedicated. He sacrifices a lot. My son Nikolai, the same thing. Since a really young age, it's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of sleepovers he didn't go to, a lot of trips, a lot of things that they didn't do for being dedicated and to be exceptional, because
right,
it's not for everyone being disciplined to try and be exceptional.
Ooh, wow.
And it's not like I've ever forced them or told them like that's what they have to. This is 100% their choice of what they want to do. I don't care what they do. I just want them to be happy.
Right.
Purpose in life.
Wow, that's incredible. So oh gosh, what was I going to talk about? I had a thought and I lost it, but let's see. When When I say the word sustainability, Christina, what does that mean to you?
Well, for my world, it means that I am having, and that's another part of the thing, I want my products to be sustainable, which means that you're gonna get a container of product, but you can refill it with something that's not another container. So I want things to be sustainable. I don't want there to be like, I get sent, makeup companies send me products and they'll send me one little lipstick or something in this box with all this waste. I don't want there to be a lot of waste. I want it to be like obviously protected, but it doesn't need to be wasteful,
Right.
you know? So
Right.
you know, the environment is a big deal to me. I want, you know, I want things to be reused. I want things to not be wasted. I just want to, you know, be mindful of things.
Hmm. Okay. And that's very honorable. And it seems to really show in your products. And you know, not even just the world, but for the body. Like the body is, you know, a smaller part of the world, right? And
You know, part of taking care of your body, it is super important what you eat and drink and how you take care of your body. Being happy, having love in your heart, laughter, those are all really important things. And so I think, you know, it's all, if you want to have a healthy, happy, you know, you can have any life you want, but if you want to have a healthy, happy life, you know, take good care of yourself, get rest, take some time. You know, sometimes I'll be in my office and it's like not flowing. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go take my dog for a walk. I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to go make some cookies. I'm going to do something other than this. Some days you just have to, some days things don't flow. And then other days when things are just flowing great, plow along.
right.
So
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just need a little space from it to have new ideas come in. But I love that your business is taking care of the body, which is, you know, obviously super important, but it's body and earth. So some people have, you know, this idea that is good for the earth, and some people have ideas that are good for the body, but just really you're looking out for all of it, which is huge. That's a big responsibility that you've taken on. I'm totally impressed by that. But I love how you're also it's mindset for you. Like you want people to feel good about what, you know, what they're doing for themselves and for in life. Like you're, you know, mentoring. That's, you know, mind, body, soul.
yeah, you know, I just think it brings me joy to bring someone else joy, you know, and I think, you know, that's part of the deal. When you get to a place that you can help others, well, why not? I started my son, my youngest son, Bo, passed away when he was 4 months old. And I started an educational fund for him at a school in Oakland, California called Northern Light. So I didn't want him forgotten. And so I started this foundation so kids can go to private school. And these, most of 90% of the kids at this school are underprivileged children that go. And so they're all there on scholarship. So my son, Ben, Bo's twin, has been raising money for the past 8 years. This past October, he raised about $75,000. So he's raised over $200,000 for these kids to go to school. That changes lives, communities. It's a big deal. And he doesn't realize what a big deal is. You know, he's 17. And I'm like, Ben, you are making such a difference with the world you don't even know. And then my husband passed away 6 years ago. And so I started an educational fund for him at the same school. And then we started a outdoor classroom and garden named after my son, Bo, in Mill Valley at the Edna McGuire School. And, you know, the kids, I think kids will, nutrition and education are very important to me. So I think if kids start from a young age, growing tomatoes, eating them, you know, different vegetables and fruits, they are going to be more inclined to make healthy food choices as they get older. So, you know, that's super important. And then from the educational perspective, you know, not every child is as blessed as mine have been. And so I want them all to be able to have a great education, because I think, you know, when you have a great education, you can learn the love of reading. I am a total nerd. Like if I'm not working, I'm reading my book. And that's like the biggest joy in my life is, oh, I get to go read a book. So I just think it's important, you know, and everyone can figure out what makes them, like, for me, it's food and, you know, education. So those are things that mean a lot to me. But, you know, if people can figure out, well, what is it that makes you tick that you can share with someone else? Do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so great. Oh my gosh. So, I do want to just make sure to mention your new show, I'm So Busy. And I'm too busy. I'm sorry. And that, how do we find that again? YouTube?
It's on YouTube, and you can just go to ChristinaFlach.com, and I mean, you can go to I'mTooBusyTV.com. All the shows will be there, and yeah, just Google it and check it out.
Awesome. Okay. And then Pretty Girl Makeup is found online as well.
Makeup.com, and we're offering 25% discount to your listeners with discount code PrettyGirl.
Oh my gosh, yay. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'll definitely make sure to put that in the show notes as well. But and the best way to find you, Christina, is
ChristinaFlach.com. You can go to Instagram, Christina Flach Makeup, Pretty Girl Makeup, I'm Too Busy TV, and Facebook. Yeah, we're all over. TikTok. Yeah.
you've got people to help with that though, because you
you
are very busy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. So be sure, folks, if you are interested in Pretty Girl Makeup, trying the products, to put in the code Pretty Girl for a discount. Awesome. So Christina, thank you so much for sharing all of this. You are just an inspiration. I was so impressed. And I'm so grateful to get to hang out with you for this little bit.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.
My goodness. Oop.
And you have the headshots and everything you need, right?
Ooh.